11, 13, and 113 may be significant here. Also coming into this energy, I'm not sure if this is something that you are experiencing or if this is something that a particular ancestor experienced this. The first thing that I was seeing was the hand extremity, the wrist area. And that's connected to Gemini, communication, also the breath, the lungs, the twins of the Gemini energy, and being a little more adaptable. But somehow there was, I don't know, there was like maybe some swelling of some sort, or something took place, maybe a broken hand, or maybe some type of sensations or sharpness. I don't know exactly. Or maybe some issues with the lungs. But then as I sat more in this energy, as I felt the ancestors pressing upon me, there was a strong sense of divine feminine energy. And divine feminine energy can be, grandma, great grandma, it can be mother, it can be auntie, energy, feminine energy. And it can be the overall energy of source. So then as I sat into the energy more, then that's when Aquarius was coming through in regards to the ankles, the swelling of the ankles, not being able to step properly, twisting the ankles or spraining the ankles due to the wrong move, the wrong move. Also, because the forearm, because I saw the connection to the wrist, to the hand, which is Gemini, and the fingers, but the forearm is also represented by Aquarius as well because of um, the circulatory system, which you see depicted through, I'm seeing the star, but the Aquarius holds the cup of the water, the circulation. Um, but there's something here that wants to be expressed. Those are contact clues into what the ancestor may have experienced or gone through, and or this may be something that you are currently experiencing. It really feels like a lack of mobility, or not having a lot of dexterity, or movement in these particular areas of either or the wrist or the ankles. Okay, so I am going to take my time to bring this message forward, because in this message there's something for us, the collective, that we need to heal. Okay, areas where we may have taken some wrong steps, because of us not paying attention to the intuition or the intellect within the energy of Mercury that is ruled by Gemini, right? Okay. So, Supreme, ancestors of our greatest good and the highest vibration, what is it that we, the collective, need to see in regards to the wrists and the ankles, it seems? Because our wrist is what writes to create or to eat or to, right? So not having the dexterity or the inability to move, or not taking the actions through what the thought, because Aquarius is the I know, which is the thoughts that come into being to manifest through the Gemini. But the Aquarius within the ankles is the foundation, the rooted structure in which you place your physical body on to move you forward, to move through change, needing to be agile, but also cautious so that you don't make the unnecessary wrong steps moving forward. Within this brief pause, there was a caution for someone to watch their steps, or there was going to be something that was going to happen. I'm seeing I'm seeing the shin. And it's like, it almost looks 3D to me, as very like a big swelling, or like a big knot, or I'm hearing possibly a tumor of some sort um, on the front of the shin. It's giving me the feeling of elephantitis, which is around the lymphatic system, if I'm not mistaken. But then I'm also seeing it from a different point of view, as if it's indented. Like, instead of having that bulge, it's like saucered in, like it's caved in. And then I'm also seeing it in bruising, like the different shades of blue and purple, that darkness, and like bruising. Let's go ahead further, if I can get the cards out. Excuse me. Are we going here? Because they're seeming to be a little resistant. I heard conflict resolution. So this is left for the end. Y'all have these cards out for a reason. Because it's a strong sense of healing. Collectively. With Aquarius. Yeah. Because Gemini is the local community. The local community. Aquarius, so the hands handle the fine details, right? To get things done. Whereas Aquarius is the global, the collective, the feet, the foundation, right? So that's the local communities and the global communities of the collective. What is this ancestors that we need to see? Why are y'all doing this? I don't understand. Somebody said because you're still not using the proper deck, you keep overlooking the deck that we asked you to get. This is usually where I would run. Herbology Tarot. Very thin flowing hair. They would bring it around and braid it. I'm seeing it like they're sitting back to braid the hair. Very dark, charcoal. What? Turpentine? I'm hearing turpentine on the hair. I don't know who that's for. For you? Yeah, of course, right? Turpentine. Kerosene turpentine. What do we need to see about these extremities in the collective of this Aquarius ankle Gemini? Justice, cannabis, clarity, expanding the minds, healing the minds, keeping from making the wrong mistakes. Justice, cannabis, the third eye. I don't expect you to really be able to see it in candlelight. The 11, the portal, the month we're in, Scorpio season, preventing our steps from being misguided or from being twisted. So some of us may actually need to heal the anxiety within us. So it may not be the circulatory system, but it may be the central nervous system that may need to relax. Cannabis and justice, because I have my little notes for if shit hits the fan and I don't have access. Being an herbalist, I have notes. I have notes on these cards. And this is saying fighting cancer and also for inflammation for cannabis. And I did speak about the knob and then the wrist and the inflammation, the swelling. Let's go ahead and get more. Excuse me. Gastrointestinal issues. Can I get one more? Don't do me like that. Garlic. Immune system. Circulation. Strength. Exorcism. Detox. Yeah. This is detoxing. Needing to detox. The justice, the mind, the consciousness. So it's like how I've been doing. I've been rewriting the narrative in my mind when certain things of those past emotional conditions have been taking place and has been trying to get me to doubt myself or for me to belittle or criticize myself or demoralize myself. I've been coming in and I've been attacking it. Garlic, attack, right? Ward off evil, right? And I've been changing it within my mind, within the justice, instead of allowing it to get me inflamed as it, or should I say with cannabis, as hot or as high and out of control and not being logical, and let it rule my life moving forward. Me going in and changing that, in attacking it through the exorcism, the attacking of, the immune system, right? The thoughts of the immune system of our minds. What it has been doing is faults, flaws, hiccups, and all, imperfections and interruptions too, and irritations. Okay, well, I'm getting irritated because I can't get my mind to say what I need to say and get my eyes to see what I'm seeing and transmit it all fast enough. Anywho, she's trying to distract. Something's trying to distract. Fighting. You know what? So, for example, in my life, in the areas that I've been working on and healing, it's feeling like I'm not intelligent. I'm not smart enough. I'm dumb. I'm not intellectual. And that's been something I've been dealing with within shame and feeling embarrassed about. because of the things that I was told growing up, and because of the experiences that I had in past lives, and seeing myself being strangled to death, being cast out, and so many other things that I've done, seen, and being shadow banned or demonized. But anywho, so these things were said to me, and it became a part of my program and believing it, which has stopped me from being the entrepreneur that I supposed I had already been before 51 years old, long time ago. And you're retarded, you're never going to amount to anything. Oh, that idea is dumb, right? It created me within my ankles, my shins, my circulation, my wrists, from being able to make the right choices, make the right steps, go in the right directions. So it self-defeated me. It defeated me. I allowed it at certain points to defeat me. And so once I started to bring the awareness into my mind and had my mind to be more open, right? To be expansive within this justice, to connect within myself, to really search to see where my true voice was. That's when I started observing and saying certain things like, no, that's not a dumb idea. That's an intelligent idea. Whatever you're saying, it's not it. That doesn't work around here anymore. You know, so I said all that to say that those voices caused us to make irrational judgments, irrational relationships, quick to make choices and decisions growing up. And yeah, so the ancestors is really wanting us to expand our minds in the awareness, in the awareness, in how we have been inflexible to move because of the way that the world viewed us. Because I'm seeing this Aquarius energy like it's tap dancing, treading softly around the people on the earth. But it's like the hands want to work and do what it needs to do, but yet the body in the movement of the larger social is cancerous, I heard. It's cancerous. Yeah, because garlic is an antibiotic. It protects the body from unhealthy clogs, unhealthy circulation. The tower, the mushroom, the illusion. Mushroom, the trip. Mushrooms have you hallucinating, seeing things, thinking things that aren't, the voices in the head of our past influence of emotional conditioning from trauma-based parenting and guardians. Yeah. And I said something about tumor. It says prevents tumor growth. Or, the lesion, the thing that I saw. But it gave me the trip, Here it come. Again, that's the immune system. It says immune system to enhance, to boost the fighting mechanisms against the voices, allowing ourselves to the tower, allowing ourselves to tear it down, to break it down, to ward it off, to talk to it, say and communicate what we need to say to it. Let it know that it has no right or dominion within our minds. It has no right to twist or alter our authenticity in who we are and why we're here to heal, grow, develop, evolve, learn, use our own minds, and not be within the illusion of the trip, the physical trip. If you're still here, I appreciate you. I really do. But there's something here too where, bring it back, source. It's like a physical, lost it. Shit. I lost it. I lost it, fam. I was waiting to see if maybe it would return. Protection. Communicating to the circulatory system, communicating to the heart. Because it's like communicating to the circulatory system, I'm just seeing the blood flow, which is the DNA, which is the ancestor, seeking counsel for the ancestors from those that are ascended ancestors that have a level of consciousness or spiritual connection. Those are the ones that you want to communicate because they have the information that you need to guide you, have been guiding you in protecting your steps. So communicating more with the ancestors, acknowledging the ancestors more, paying attention to those specific regions of your body when they ache. The ankles, when they ache, may be the way of the ancestors saying, no, you're going the wrong way. Hey, why are you treading so softly around this particular situation when you really need to bring the tower down and address it? There's guidance in the seeking and the asking. And through that, it brings healing. What do we need to see, ancestors? What else do you have for us? I know you're in here. Yeah, I'm like, hold up now. I know I heard that clear to get this deck, okay? Nature calling. This one's down. Nature's calling. The ankle. The circulatory system. The depositing into the earth, into nature. The connection to the flowers, the mushrooms, the botanicals. The botanicals. I'm seeing someone that has been wanting to go to a particular trail. This particular trail you have not gone to in a while. It used to be a place or space of sanctuary where you was able to go and journey and had certain communication hits with, how can I say that? Communication hits with the ancestors, source, your higher guides or etc. But then I'm also seeing someone that went into nature and did a particular offering. You did a particular offering and there's something within your ritual that you did not complete. Somewhere there was a wrong turn within the ritual. And I'm hearing it was the intentions, something about the heart and the intentions behind the ritual and why you did it in the first place. That's for whoever needed that, because I'm trying to get up out of here. The element of air, the mind. expanding the consciousness, communication with the divine, communication with the ancestors, communicating to those devils inside of you, those emotional conditions of the past. The measurement of the heart to be as light as the feather. The mind and the heart must be purified, must be cleansed. Okay? Those old programmings, those old signatures, those old narratives, because I'm seeing this as one of them quail pens to write the risks, the communication, the expression. It's important for the collective to truly write some things down as well. Clear out the mind through writing. Some of you may actually need to write some affirmations or write out some short-term goals and long-term goals. But then I'm also seeing like a pros and cons list as well, kind of like a pros and cons list. But this pros and cons list is like weighing out the emotional conditions of our environment and what's authentically yours. So it's like the area and how you grew up and the area and what you feel within the self. There's something within the comparison of those notes. And then paying attention. I don't know if I'm saying that right, Supreme. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Digress. The pros and the cons. The
The
pros are
cons.
things within the family dynamic or growing up that you didn't like, that you observe and see within yourself. Then the the pros in what you did like within the attributes of your ancestors or your lineage and how they favor or work in the greater good of you and how to utilize them more. But there's something within a cross reference in weaving out or weaning out. So it's like you can have a pro, but in that pro, there may be a negative that's not an authentic part of you. Okay? So it's like weaving out through observing and being present within the mind, within your thoughts. And my beautiful souls, that is all I have for you. Until then, thank you for allowing me to bring this message forward, especially if you are still here. All that jazz here in the YouTube streets. It is a pleasure to have you in Moonlight's Truth Tarot with Mama Solily. Until then, good night.